Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. So allegedly, a Venezuelan gang has somehow made its way into Colorado and taken over an apartment complex. Actually, I'm sorry, multiple apartment complexes. Now this story is a crazy one and I'm not even sure what to think about it. I first heard about it on TikTok of all places because apparently I have become one of those people. And on one hand, we have video and reports from the New York Post and Fox Denver. On the other, we have Denver ABC7 saying the cops investigated and it's not happening. So someone somewhere is not telling the truth. I know where my opinion and theory lies, but maybe yours will be different. Here are the facts as far as I can tell. It first started with complaints at an apartment complex called The Edge at Lowry in Aurora, Colorado. Reports say that it has become a crime hotspot in the area. A couple of residents took this video of armed men in the stairwell and another of them trying to bust down an apartment door. This video has apparently gone viral and was taken shortly before a shootout in the building that left one person seriously injured and damaged several cars on the property.
Another night, her camera outside captured two men approaching a vehicle, guns drawn. She's called 911 so often, they know her by name.
Now, the story here, according to the New York Post, is that these men are part of a Venezuelan prison gang, Tren de Aragua, probably saying that wrong because I don't speak Spanish, but it has taken over several apartment complexes in the area. All of those properties have been managed by the same company, CBZ Management, which is an interesting connection. Another one of the properties has already been shut down due to code violations. The news is only talking about the poor living conditions that got the building condemned and the fact that it is largely migrants from Venezuela that lived there and that many of them are now homeless as the city only gave them 6 days to leave. But according to court documents, the owners of the building said that they could not fix any of the issues or code violations due to the building being taken over by the gang. And the New York Post was able to confirm that the leader of the gang, or at least one of the leaders, was involved in a shooting and a separate assault at the building before the city closed it. The owner of the building told the Post that they've lost control over several apartment complexes in the area due to this gang, which, according to them, has been renting out units to other migrants who they then also threaten. They've been moving into buildings, taking over vacant units, terrorizing the staff and threatening them until they leave, and then lording over the buildings. In one case, that alleged leader that I just mentioned and several other men assaulted a resident, told them that he ran the building and then left the resident with several broken bones, including a broken jaw and a brain injury. This has all been confirmed by some of the residents, both migrants and American citizens alike. Many of them are now fleeing these buildings, which then leaves more open units for this gang, but not all of them are able to leave, and I'll get to that in a minute. Now, before I get to that and how there is a distinct split in how some officials are providing evidence that this is going on while others are denying this is happening, I would like to tell you all about a company with a really cool business model that helps gun owners stock up on ammo in a subscription-y way that allows them to avoid big shortages, invest, and works for any budget. Ammo Squared helps you stay stocked up on ammo automatically with a set it and forget it approach that lets you pick your calibers, your monthly budget, and how often you want it shipped, so you never have to worry about ammo shortages or changing prices locally or online ever again. And this monthly budget can be anything from the price of a few boxes to the price of a single round if that's how much you can spare. Everything about it is fully customizable. There is no minimum to buy, no membership fees, and all ammo is factory new from brands that you trust. They only ship it when you want it, and the rest of the time it is stored for you in a climate-controlled environment. So, thank you to Ammo Squared for providing such a very cool service to gun owners since 2015. Now, back to these shenanigans, we'll call it. Some residents, like the ones that took that video, have turned to the local news for help, as they said that they weren't able to move out on their own and needed help, but that local nonprofits either told them A, that they only helped immigrants, or B, couldn't help until this building was also condemned. Now, City Council member Danielle Jurinsky ended up helping that one particular couple to move out and is allegedly the one who leaked the video to the news. She's been outspoken about what is happening in Aurora, and the police have also confirmed that the gang is active in Aurora and have even created a special task force to deal with them. This task force also includes the Colorado State Patrol and the Colorado Bureau of Investigation. Even the former head of Denver's ICE office has confirmed the gang is active there and is causing problems. He even confirmed their presence in those apartment buildings. Several of the gang's members have also been involved in some pretty big cases all around the country, including robberies and crimes that have left cops dead. They allegedly just recently announced a full license to kill if cops get involved while there is a crime taking place, though they're criminals, so I'm not really sure how that differs from the rest of the time, but it is a thing that is apparently concerning law enforcement. Now, Aurora's mayor has also been pleading to higher up officials to deal with the situation and is on record saying that several buildings in the city have fallen to this gang. He has even been trying to get an emergency court order to shut down the apartment buildings that he claims this gang has taken over by declaring them a criminal nuisance. And yet, according to Governor Polis, the takeover is a feature of Danielle Jurinsky's imagination. His spokesperson told the Post, the governor has already let the mayor know that the state is ready to support the local police department with assistance from state troopers and the Colorado Bureau of Investigation if needed, adding that it's illegal to take over buildings in Colorado and that the governor's office is ready to assist authorities if Jurinsky has knowledge of such activity. The spokesperson went on to say that the governor really hopes that the city council members in charge stop trashing their own city when they are supposed to keep it safe, essentially blaming Jurinsky. We know violent crime in Aurora went down between 2022 and 2023, fully expect the data will show further declines for 2024, and the recent misinformation campaign threatens actual criminal investigations and could hurt the climate for small businesses in Aurora. Meanwhile, the officials of Aurora are blaming the fact that nearby Denver is a sanctuary city and that some of the issues there have been bleeding over into their smaller city of Aurora. So where do the Aurora Police actually stand here? Well, the Aurora Police have now also investigated, and despite this task force and all of these other people saying that this is real, it's happening, Interim Police Chief Heather Morris said, "We've been talking to the residents here and learning from them to find out what exactly is going on, and there's definitely a different picture. I'm not saying that there's not gang members that don't live in this community, but what we're learning out here is that gang members have not taken over this complex." Well, so who are they talking to exactly? And why is that so different from what the residents are apparently telling activists and nonprofits and the news and their city council member? The police say that the gang presence is small and predates the immigrants moving in. Community organizers and activists have either A, said that this will hurt immigrants who aren't associated with the gang and are trying to actively move people out of this situation, or B, are calling it fake news based in racism. And yet, according to the National Review, the gang's involvement has been confirmed by Department of Homeland Security sources. According to these sources, 3 apartment complexes have fallen under the gang's control, and Aurora Police state that they have made 1 arrest. I am not there, so obviously I cannot confirm for sure what is happening in Aurora, but it's not looking great. Even if you take away the element of whether or not this is actually a gang that has taken control, clearly there is a crime issue that is out of control no matter who it is that's doing it. I'm going to continue watching this situation because I think the biggest takeaway here, no matter who is responsible, is the question of how does this even happen in America? And if it is a foreign gang, how do we get to the point that there are foreign gangs taking over entire apartment complexes in a city? And why are they all connected to this one management company? Some good questions here. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this situation, any other tips or information that you might have, because I'm just very curious about this. Now, I know that this is not like Second Amendment news, but certainly if more people were allowed to be armed, then perhaps it might not have escalated to this point in these buildings. Just a thought. I don't know. Anyways, that is it for this video. You guys know the drill. Please like, share, and subscribe if you are new here. Ring that notification bell. Drop your comment down below with your opinion, any tips that you have, because like I said, I'm curious. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in, and happy shooting.